Persecution, persecution, persecution. Sometimes it is occasioned by the enemy, but from that comes out something that gives God glory. That was the life of the church, of the early church. Taking our reading from Acts of Apostles 8, from verse 1 down to 5. That very day, the church in Jerusalem began to suffer cruel persecution. All the believers, except the apostles, were scattered throughout the provinces of Judea and Samaria. Some devout men buried Stephen, mourning for him with loud cries. But Saul tried to destroy the church, going from house to house. He dragged out the believers, both men and women, and threw them into jail. What happened later? The believers who were scattered went everywhere preaching the message. Philip went to the main city in Samaria and preached the Messiah to the people there. The crowd said, they came to him attentively, listening to what Philip was saying. As they listened to him and saw the miracles that he performed, evil spirits came out from many people with a loud cry, and many paralyzed and lame people were healed. So there was great joy in that city. What am I talking about? That God saw how these people were persecuted, and he just allowed it for his name to spread around. It was turned around as if it was against the apostles. But what happened later? You see that if they did not spread out, there wouldn't have been the gospel spreading out. If they had remained in a conclave, if they had remained in an enclave, if they had remained in enclosure, if they had remained secluded, they wouldn't have spread. But they were scattered everywhere, running for their life. Just like I saw St. Francis. He said the congregation was farming was like several dogs were tied with lighter in their mouth, ignited bundles of rafter and ignited at one side, and the dogs were let loose into the bush, and they were running in all directions. As they were running for their life, they didn't know they were igniting light to the bushes. Before you know it, there was a conflagration of fire that consumed a very big bush. So it is with the gospel of the Lord, and so it is with anybody who is persecuted, and so it is continue to be, so that when you are persecuted, hand it over to God and watch out what God intends to achieve. Persecution. In a country like ours, be prayerful. Watch out the hand of God. He said you cannot run from this city to city, this city to city, before you could go around, the Son of Man shall meet you and come to your rescue. So whatever is spiritual has also physical connotation and correspondence. So let us commit ourselves. This hard time is moving towards affluence, period of peace, period of ataraxia, period of equanimity, period of level of coolness. And the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. So God is watching every situation in your life. He knows it is very hot for you. God is coming at that hot period. God is coming closer. When things get tough, the tough will get going. There was a saint who used to see the footsteps of Jesus Christ. And he discovered that anytime he finds himself in a very deep difficulty, he wouldn't see the footsteps of Jesus behind him. But when things seemed to be good, he would look back and saw the footsteps of Jesus coming behind him. So in one of the difficult times, he couldn't see the footsteps of Jesus behind him. And he yelped out, cried out, God, you are wicked. God, I don't know you are like this. I have monitored you severally. You only come to me when things are good. And when things are difficult for me, I wouldn't see you around me. And God responded like a human being. My son, what are you saying? He angrily repeated himself. And God said, well, there is no problem. Let's watch and see. Go back anytime you see the footstep and test your foot and feet. Check whether they are yours. Say, it is mine, it is mine. Say, don't worry. So next time when it got difficult for him, he couldn't see the footstep of Christ again. See, I said it. I said it. After a while now, he tell me to go and put my footsteps too. Then he angrily went to test. When he slaughtered his first feet, second feet, he discovered that the size of his footstep was like Obi's big shoe. Obi putting one of his leg in his papa's shoe. Obi is a boy of 5 years, putting a leg in this 45 size, American size shoe. You'll be hearing bokro, boom, bokro, boom. So, the man was shocked that it was not his footstep. And Jesus told him, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Now Jesus started explaining. Anytime you couldn't see my steps, it is rather your own that you couldn't see, but only mine. What was happening there? Jesus went on. Those times you couldn't see my steps, or you felt you couldn't see my steps, was when you could no longer walk, even walk. I now came and carried you in my hands. Your legs are no longer touching the ground. Haven't you tested it and seen? The saint was really ashamed and sorry for his utterances. Say, now I can understand. Say yes. You see how you are disappointing yourself. That you're the one who couldn't walk. I'm the one who was walking for you, carrying you because you're already weak and slumped. So when things get tough, the tough gets going. Who is the toughness behind you? Jesus Christ. So I want to tell you that condition in which you are, don't keep on murmuring. Don't keep on murmuring. Something great is behind you, is coming. Watch it out. Watch it out. And I want you to see and have faith. Open your spiritual eyes and see for yourself that something higher than that is happening. You see, something higher than that is happening. Something beyond you is happening. So take cognizance of this today. There was also a case of a man who suffered sickness for so many years. He started complaining like this saint. So from that moment, the saint never complained. He begged God for forgiveness. So this man again was sick, very sick and sickly. He complained, Jesus, you are a bad man. You said you will not give somebody a problem beyond him, but now you have given me problem beyond my capacity. Since I have been carrying this cross, why don't you bring the cross that will be equal to my capacity? After complaining and complaining, Jesus appeared to him one day in the dream and took him to a hall. And he looked round. He said, these are crosses. Watch round. These are crosses. You were complaining that I gave you a bigger cross than you could carry. Now, give me your cross. He gave him his cross, and he kept the cross somewhere. He told the man to get out of the hall. He kept the cross somewhere in the hall and called the man in and asked him to start checking and see if he could see anything, any cross, anyone. There are big, small, bold, little, tiny, all kinds of sizes of crosses. The man was very happy. He said, now you have come. Let me use my choice. Pick the cross I can carry. The one you gave me had been too heavy. So the man started carrying, lifting the crosses. He first of all, Jesus told him to start line by line. But he saw smallest one, rushed it, jumped others. When he got there, to lift that small cross, it was as heavy as 2 bags of cement. He dropped it and looked at Jesus. I said, come and start line by line. Now he agreed. He came back and started carrying the cross line by line. And what happened? He was going through. He met one. And before Jesus told him that to bring his cross, he told him to write his name. Write his name and keep it. When you write your name, you keep it. So he wrote his name and left. What happened then? As he was going round and round and he met one. He lifted it. It was very light. He said, Jesus said, he told Jesus, I will carry this one. Jesus said, mark it and keep it. Go ahead, check more whether there is any lighter one there. He moved round. At the end, none was lighter than that one he picked. He said, now go back and pick it. He went and picked it. He said, turn it round. He turned it round. He said, remove the sellotape there. He removed it. And behold, it was his former cross. His former cross. He said, who wrote this? He said, I wrote it. He said, fine. This is the cross you have been carrying. And you kept on complaining that I gave you a heavier cross. So, look, the man was ashamed as well again. He blushed and pleaded with Christ, please allow me to carry this one. Jesus said, no, go and carry another one. He said, no, I've tested and seen that none is lighter than this. None is lighter than this. So, as it is, what do you learn from all this? What do you learn from all this? Your learning should be that you should not complain. Your learning should be that you should not think that your situation is worse. Your learning should not be that you are going to kill yourself, suicide. Jesus is aware. Jesus is clear. Jesus is noting. Jesus has measured your capacity. Jesus knows the kind of cross you can carry. Jesus is behind you when you're weak. He does not depart from you. Jesus loves you. Jesus wants you to be with him. He is with you, but you are the one running away from him. Don't keep your distance from Jesus. Don't keep your distance from Jesus. Open your doors, open, widely open for him. Let this truth, let this knowledge, let this wisdom catch you today. You have been complaining and complaining. I don't have child, I don't have money. Somebody was complaining that nobody bought Christmas shoe for him. As he was moving around the bush, he saw somebody without legs. See? So if you watch well, you will see that your condition is not worse. Look unto Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. He knows the cross coming around you. He has given you, learn everything from every cross. No cross is meant to oppress you, kill you. These crosses coming around, the experiences you are passing through are purifying. They are sanctifying you. They are getting you ready for something future. Look at the military men. They could train and train and train, pull down their heads, pin down their heads, raise their legs, remain like that under the sun from morning till evening. That's why if you catch a military man, to punish him, you are wasting your time, because it's not enough to equate what he has passed through in the camp. I've met many trainees and seen how it is. If you don't train, you cannot be perfect in any situation. If you don't suffer, you can never rise. So let your tentacles spread. When the enemy persecute you, torture you, punish you, you are growing. Jesus will turn it around for you. Look at in Revelation 3:19 to 21, he says, I torture and punish those whom I love. So you need training. You need training. When I was a black belt at karate, I used to practice from morning till evening, tirelessly. If you see my knuckles, they were very dark and like rubber, bumped out, and my shoulder bent. But as time goes, I tried to straighten them. You see, when I was younger. So training in everything is a punishment. But if you watch well, it is moving towards a glory. If you are one boy servant, before you know it, 3, 4 years, 5, 6 has gone, and you become Oga. So you must answer sir before you become great person. And that sir is a moment of suffering, moment of torture, moment you spread, moment you grow. Don't complain, especially thinking that Jesus has abandoned you. You make effort, you try, no effort. Who told you? Jesus is watching. Time is coming when he will console you, mysteriously, unexpectedly, from nowhere. Manners will fall before you. I pray that you learn this lesson. I pray that you can understand the message here. When the apostles were persecuted, they were driven to all parts of the world before the spreading of the gospel. If they remained in a conclave, if nobody touched them, everybody loved them, they would have remained abandoned. The gospel wouldn't have left Jerusalem to even all parts of Israel today would have not received the message. But it was persecution and drove them to Antioch, drove them to Rome, and now Rome became the headquarters of the church. Peter ran to the place, and Paul ran to the place. The apostles, they were in all parts of the world. Thomas was there in far India as an architect, and still preaching the gospel of the Lord. Paul, after which, became an apostle and was doing a tent maker. And so many like that. So many of them went far wide. So let us know that whatever you are passing now is a crucible. God will turn out things around there. I can see everything turning around. Everything turning around. Everything turning around for your good. I can see everything turning around. Everything turning around. Everything turning around for your good. Yes, Moses suffered in Egypt and learned the art in Egypt and changed and used it for God. You see, Paul was shown how much to suffer, and that's how he now spread the good news all over the world to the Gentiles, we the Gentiles. If you don't suffer, don't expect to grow. If you are a student,